saying that's you because that's a boy.
Don't break it. Don't break it. Get out there. They're like. Not in the face, either one. Alright, out for another one. The main roads are clear, so I'll show you that real quick. So we did get quite a bit more snow last night. I don't know how many inches exactly, but we definitely accumulated some more snow. The main thing for me is the ice, but even if it's just snow, the roads can get slick. But they've done a good job at clearing them off. So so far so good. The back roads, I'd say some of them are still probably pretty bad right now, some of them, because the temperatures are low, and for the next week I think we're supposed to be below freezing, pretty well below it, maybe down in the teens, and I even seen some single digits on my phone. That's what I usually go by, is my phone. I got like the weather app on it. I'm using my wife's phone right now. I left my phone with her because her microphone works good, so I'm able to talk into the phone like this and record it when I have her phone. Mine doesn't work very well, as you can probably see from my last video. But I was hoping those headphones I got, maybe the microphone and them would help, but they didn't seem to help too much. But anyways, right now I'm going to the gas station, get some more fuel and get some soda pop, and then I'm heading on out there to Stave mill. I've got a big one to do right now and then a regular one to do after that, so that's $300 worth of wood for me, and plus delivery outside of my county. So but I'm gonna stop in here at the gas station. We'll head that way, and I'll probably do a little bit of talking too. There's some interesting stories I kind of was telling in the last one, but I don't know if you could even hear the audio from that, so I may tell them again in this one, and if you already heard them, you can just skip past them if you'd like. All right, so anyways, I'm on my way to the interstate now, and from there to the Stave mill. But I was gonna kind of continue with that story that I told the other day, and I think it was yesterday, but like I said, the audio was bad. But I was talking about driving on bad roads, because I almost went over, I won't say almost, I started going towards a big drop off at the edge of the road, and when it went down into a big deep valley, I could have possibly flipped. But I was talking about driving on dangerous roads, how that me and my brother had delivery to do one time, and it was to a family member, but I had never been there at the time, and they had a big hill for a driveway, a big hill you had to go up, and they told me that you'd have to have four-wheel drive to get up it. And it was, I think it was during an ice storm, because me and my brother sowed a lot during an ice storm. I got calls just like I am now, left and right. And anyways, we got close to her place, you know, the GPS led me there, but it led me to the driveway before her, which was actually worse than hers. And we get all the way up the driveway, and when I get up to the top of it, there's a truck sitting there. I think it was a little truck from what I remember, and an old man was in it, and he had it running. And we went up and talked to him, and figured out that it was the wrong place. And he said, how did you all get up that driveway or something like that? He said, you all come up that okay? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, going down, it's going to be the bad part or something like that. And he was right. So I tried to go down it, and over to my left, going right to the left of his driveway, was a big drop off that was a big hillside that went down steep to the road below, and it had lots of trees there and stuff. And we started sliding towards that sideways. The truck wasn't sliding forward, it was sliding sideways, and I finally got it to stop. It was an old F-150 that I had. I gave, I think, $200, and an old Ranger that I had for it. And sold a lot of wood out of that truck. And four-wheel drive and everything. It was a good wood hauler. There's some clips of it in some of my old videos. But anyways, when we went down the driveway, I got over to the right of it and got in the grass, because I knew I'd get traction, and that was away from that left edge too. So we was able to creep down the driveway like that. Because lots of the times, if you've been on ice or anything like that, you know, once you start going, lots of times there ain't nothing you can do but ride it out. I've had some times where I've had to ride some things out. I did on a mower one time on a hill. It was a steep hill that many people told me not to even, it wouldn't be good to get on. I weed eat most of it. And the old man told me I was the only one that ever had a mower on it, a zero turn. I'm pretty comfortable on a zero turn mower. I did it for many years, drove zero turns for about 6 years, and did it for a business, did it commercially even, for another business bigger than the one that I had myself. And I learned how to ride the mowers pretty well on steep hills and stuff like that. You still got to be careful. But anyways, my drive belt came off at the top of this hill, and I took it out of gear it has these little levers in the back to take it out of gear and put it in neutral. So I did that so I could push it. And I ended up getting the belt back on it, and the man that my mom's with, he was going to give me a push to get me going down the hill. He said, go ahead and get on it, and I'll give you a push, and you can just ride it down. Well, I forgot to take it out of neutral and put it back into gear. And at the bottom of that hill was I had a big utility trailer, 14 foot, 6 by 14. I had a guy make it for me in Russell Springs, Kentucky. He had real good prices on them, made them good too. It was called Royco, was the name of his business. And I had that 14 by 6 down there connected to my Dodge Ram, and he gave me a push, and as I went to go down, I tried to pull back on the levers of the zero turn to stop and slow down. There was no brakes because I had it neutral, and I forgot that, and I kind of hollered, no, I don't have any brakes, and I had to ride that all the way down, and I hit that utility trailer so hard. I thought about jumping off the mower. I hit that utility trailer so hard that it turned it actually moved it probably 5 feet, and it was a big double axle utility trailer, and it dented actually the metal on the back. I had trouble closing the gate after that. But I've had to ride out some things, and zero turns are the same way. Once they start going with you, a lot of times, even if you do got brakes, once they start going, you're going for a ride. And I know that with vehicles out here on this ice too, so I try my best to not get them sliding to begin with, because there's no guarantee you're going to get them stopped once they start sliding. And that location there, in the video, you probably can't hear me say it, but I said, thank you God. You probably can't hear me because that audio was so bad, but in the video, when I was able to get that vehicle stopped, I said, thank you God. And because my heart was thumping. I thought I was going over that ledge. So you do got to be careful out here delivering. The main roads are clear right now, but I would say the back roads, which the one I was on was a back road, are probably still pretty bad because they probably haven't been salted or plowed. It just depends on the road and everything. But anyways, that's enough rambling for now. I'll talk a little bit more later. I enjoy having little talks and talking about stuff. I don't know if y'all enjoy hearing it or anything, but I enjoy talking sometimes about things like that. I've had some fun experiences. I've had some dangerous experiences, and I've learned from many of them, and so I'm very cautious on dangerous roads. Really, I try to be. I drive slower probably than a lot of people do. And these trucks, when they don't got a lot of weight in the bed, they don't get a lot of traction back there on those rear wheels. So, but I'll have some weight once I get up there, and hopefully the places I'm delivering to today aren't hard to get into and aren't too dangerous. It's still flurrying a little bit, snow flurrying a little bit, but I don't think it's supposed to do much more. But the temperatures for the next week or so are supposed to be low, so this snow will probably be sticking around for a while. All right, so like I said, there's one guy over there. He's in a probably looks like a 2000 model Chevy, something like that. And he appears to be the only one here right now. I don't expect to see many people in and out here today. I could be wrong, but since I've been coming here to the Stave mill, there's been some days I've came, it's been real busy with dump trucks and stuff like that. I don't like coming in at that time myself at all. It's hard for somebody like myself or any of the other guys with a pickup or trailer or whatever that's trying to load yourself when those guys come in, because someone has to move to let the loader in. So only one vehicle can be back there when they're loading the dump trucks or trailers even. But fortunately, I haven't seen many of them here lately. Yeah, my idea is to try to probably, I mean, I really want to, but I'm hoping this spring maybe to get a dump truck and pile the wood up in the spring and the summer. But it's been real neat meeting people here at the Stave mill. It's something when you walk up to people or they come up to you, however they approach you, you approach them, and they say, hey, I've been watching you on YouTube. It's really neat. So there's been about 7 people now here that said that, and it's really, I did not expect that, honestly. I didn't know if I'd meet anybody here, honestly. So it's been really surprising, which it kind of makes sense because people that come here do firewood themselves, so they probably watch it on YouTube, and I guess that's how they found me. But anyways, I'm about to go back there. I got a big load to get right now, and then another small one later. I had one in Menifee County too to do today, and I let Ronald have that one. He called me earlier and said he had a load he was trying to get rid of, and it was an elderly couple. And I said, well, there's one in Menifee County. I said, I'm probably not going to have time for it if you want to do it. So it was just a regular truckload. So he was on his way to do that as I was coming on my way to come here. And then he said he'd probably meet me up here. So while I'm over here doing this big load, Ronald will probably show up later, I'd say. are you? How'd that wood do for y'all?
It's all right.
Could you get it going? I've noticed it's mixed.
Let me tell you something. I can get it.
Really? Yeah, there's a bunch of those pieces. You burn stuff like that?
Well, I burn whatever burns.
Yeah.
You know
Stuff like that right there?
Yeah, I don't care.
Your what? Well, I got one if you need one.
Well, if I can get them in here whole, I'll just get them in here whole.
Okay.
It'll be easier.
If you end up needing one.
That way I don't have to lug a bunch of stuff out of the car.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got 2 more in there if you need to use one.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Not been too many people here today. I guess the
Surprisingly,
yeah.
the rocks are good though.
Yeah, they are. I'm glad.
Amazingly enough, I would have figured they wouldn't have been though.
I was wondering how much we was going to get. I'm glad we didn't get no more than we did.
Right, too.
Because our electric stayed on this time.
Right.
It went off the last time. Want me to pull that out there?
Well, I wasn't going to pull that one. But
Oh, okay. Trying to get to them one behind it?
I was just trying to get, just, you know, something I can pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull that. I can pull that one down real quick. Don't let it come towards you though.
Yeah.
It's gonna tell which way it'll go. What about stuff like
Get
this one?
the hell out of the way.
Like that one?
Yeah.
I mean, can you burn that one?
I can burn anything.
See, that one got a big knot. There you go. If you want that, you can have it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I tell you what, give me one of them splitters. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, it makes them, even if you have them, it makes them easier to handle.
Yeah.
I've got one with a longer handle and one with a shorter handle.
Longer would be better.
Just don't get yourself with it. I mean, you probably swung them, but they're sharp.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. That's a nice one.
Yeah, it is.
That brand is pretty good.
They're
I got
all-
some daggum cutters,
they're
man,
awesome,
that are
yeah.
unreal.
Fiskars.
Yes.
I've cut wood with them for the last 6 years, and there's no telling how much wood I've cut with them.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna break that one.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
No, you won't break the axe. You don't
Yeah.
gotta worry about that. And if you do, it's got a lifetime
No,
warranty.
I meant break this.
The round, that's a big one, yeah.
Yeah.
I would flip that one. You want me to show you one trick?
Yep.
Where
show
it's
it to
dark
me.
on that side. Usually the darker side is
It's the harder
harder
side
to
to
split.
hit.
Don't let that get you when it comes out.
Yeah.
And then look for the natural crack. So there's one right there. You want me to hit it real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
See there how it split?
Yeah.
There you go. That'll be easier to break down. You're welcome. Yeah, there you go. I'm from Montgomery County. I might have told y'all that the other day. I can't remember.
I'm from Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good ways away.
Good
Have you
ways
been
away.
here for very long in Kentucky?
Well, I lived here for about 5 years.
Uh-huh.
Left for about 2, and I've come back. So
Yeah.
I had doctors. I got cancer, so
Oh, man.
and it's easier for me to get insurance here.
Yeah. Really?
Amazingly enough, I mean, it's hard to believe, but and it's expensive. They want like almost $600 a month for me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yes. But when it's pre-existing,
Yeah. So what kind, if you don't mind me asking?
colon.
Really?
Yep. I've already had 2 surgeries and
Is that helping it?
chemo. I don't know. After about 7 rounds of chemo, I quit.
You quit?
It was debilitating
Oh,
for me. I shut down all my organs.
Oh, my goodness.
I had to have kidney surgery after that. So I've had like 3, 4 surgeries since I've been in. Debilitated me. Like, okay, I may be 50 now, but I've always been pretty healthy, no kids, you know.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I learned the meaning of feeble,
Yeah.
because you don't really think about what that means
Right.
until you're there. Like I aged probably my entire life all in like a year.
Yeah.
It seemed like, and it was just like, it was crazy, man. Like,
Wow.
it
sounds like
if I got cancer, you know what? It's not killing me as bad as chemo.
right.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah. So have you got it checked up since then though?
No.
Really?
No, it's been 2 years now.
Did they say it was improving at all when you did the chemo?
They were so vague, and like, you know, when come to answer a question, it's like they couldn't do it. Like they couldn't answer a question without going around it, and
Oh man.
and like they tried to make me like I was insane. I kept making somebody go with me,
Yeah.
you know, so they had to be kind of legit
Yeah.
with what they were saying.
Yep. Because you had a witness with you.
That's when they quit telling me anything.
Yeah.
Well, I would rather be like this and die sooner than to have to be that sick. I couldn't hardly walk.
Wow.
It debilitated me that bad.
Yeah, it'd be miserable all the
I could.
time.
I
then.
mean, like I was a fall risk. I was everything. And,
Wow.
I felt like I was going insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, it messed with my head bad.
I would think it would. Yeah, because it's almost like poison, isn't it? Like radiation.
Oh, it is very expensive poison.
Yeah.
It was like, let's see, it was a little over $25,000 just for the medicine every 3 weeks.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why we broke it. I don't. This country's really screwed up on their priorities, and I don't know what happened that made that happen.
More money concern than people. It seems like more of a concern for wealth than people.
When the mamas had to leave the house to go help support the family,
Yeah.
that's what done it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you had to.
Yep. A lot of things have changed, ain't they?
Because everybody's got to work. They can't pay attention.
Right.
That'll do me good.
I'm gonna pull this one down, make sure it I'll tell where it goes.
At this point, like, I used to be scared of snakes and dark water and all kinds of things. Damn thing on this earth I'm scared of anymore.
Really?
Yes.
I'm still scared of them.
That's nuts, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, you've been
But
through so much.
when happens to you, I'm telling you,
Probably changes
that's
your.
exactly what it does. It changes you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I could see that.
a lot of fears go away.
Yeah.
And I was glad that actually came. But
Yeah.
thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's nice talking to you.
You too.
Be safe out there. That's why it's good to take the time to talk to people. Like I've seen some people with channels, and when they're recording, it's like they focus so much on the camera that whoever's around them, they just kind of blow off, ignore them. And I've always disliked, I think that's so disrespectful, to be honest with you. If I'm talking to somebody and they're just completely ignoring me and stuff, I'm not going to talk to them much longer. So whenever someone's talking to me, I try to give them my attention. Even if I'm working, you know, I'll respond to them and let them know I'm listening. But especially if it's something, you know, sincere, like she was talking about her health and stuff. And some people will talk about foolishness. I don't like to hear about that too much. Just getting way too crazy with their conversation and stuff. But like her, she was talking about her health and getting, you know, deep into the conversation. And it means a lot to people sometimes to listen to them even. And like I said, I've seen some people on YouTube that whenever people will try to talk to them or interact, they kind of blow them off and just walk off and talk to the camera. I think that's extremely disrespectful myself. I truly do. And like I said, I don't talk to many people like that once I find out they're like that. Like the Bible said, howsoever you would that men would do unto you, do you even so unto them. You would want a man listening to you if you're talking to him, surely. You wouldn't want him to walk away and act like he couldn't care less about what you're saying. It's the same kind of people that, you know, sometimes you'll wave at them and they just look at you like you're dumb and go on. We've got enough of that in the world. So I like to take the time to talk to people sometimes, even if it slows me down a little bit. I'm doing fine on this time. I've got right around a truckload. I got to keep going up to the rails, and now that I'm here on my own, I'll speed up a little bit. Won't take me too much longer. That's what that guy said earlier when he's here. He said it don't take you long to get a load, does it? Okay, seen how quick I was filling that up. But this one is going to Clay City, which isn't too far from my home, and then I've got another one going to Lexington after that, so I better get on the ball. But yeah, she was getting deep into her health and stuff like that. People appreciate it if you listen. you just walk away and blow them off and stuff like that. It's disrespectful. I've seen that a lot, and it's a shame to see, really. Same with YouTube channels, you know, on there. Lots of them I've seen other firewood channels and stuff like that, and they don't even respond or like the comment or leave a heart on or nothing. People sitting there taking their time to support them, they don't show anything, any ounce of thanks back to them. I understand if you don't got time to reply to all, especially if you're a big channel. I get quite a few comments, but I at least try to let them know I read it and leave a heart on it if I like it. If I don't leave a heart, then there's something about it I didn't like. Cussing is one thing I'll delete automatically. Or just vulgar language, you know. I really like that about that Stave mill, getting to meet some different people and talk to them. I ran into the guy with the flatbed again there, the one that was carrying those big slabs in my last video, and me and him talked for a while as I split, and he told me, told me some stories about his life and his past and that the work that he does and stuff, and some of his family into logging, and then she was telling me about her life as well. So I enjoy that. I enjoy that about this kind of work. I enjoyed it when I did lawn care and landscaping for myself, you know, meeting lots of different customers and talking to them, you know. I really enjoyed that. But I've got a big load on here right now. I don't know if you can tell. You probably can't. I don't even know if I got any footage of that. I don't think I did. But I've got a big load. So for me, that's $200, and I'm taking it to Clay City. It isn't too far from me. And I had another one to do. But I may let Ronald take that one too if he wants. I just told him just now he could, because I've got more too after that one. And I'm really wanting to try to find a big wood stove today. But I may end up getting the wood to do those bundles with today as well. I'm not positive yet. But anyways, right now I'm heading to Clay City to deliver this one, and I'll update once I get there. All right, I've got another firewood delivery tale for you. Now, some of you may not like this kind of stuff at all. Some of you may. Let me know if you like it, honestly, because I do care if you like it. I'm going to do what I want to do in the end, but I mean, I am interested if you like it or not. This is a time that I got out and it got bad, the weather. This is another story. So I've delivered a lot of wood in the last 6 years. Last winter is when I was getting in the trucking, so I didn't do as much that year. But every winter before that, for the last 4 before that, it was a full-time thing for me in the winter. It wasn't part-time selling firewood. It wasn't here and there. It was my income. It was how I made my money. So I delivered a lot of wood in that time, all winter long. And anyways, I got out once in it, and they were giving snow for that day later on. But I got out planning to beat that snow, you know. And at the 200-acre wood, I don't know if you've watched me for a while, you know where that is. If you don't, it was a place in Owingsville where I would go and get wood. It was logged out land, 200 acres, and I would go out there and get wood. Well, I got my load of wood and got out of there, got on the main road, and by that time the conditions were bad and getting worse quick. I mean, bad. Every bit as bad as this time, if not worse. And I think this was either a year or two ago, maybe 3 years ago even. I had my Dodge then, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I had my Dodge Ram, and I was, you know, in Bath County going towards the interstate and going up around this curve, and the roads were bad at this point. And I watched the car in front of me. I watched them go up that curve, and I watched them start sliding in the road. And I thought, oh no, they're going off the road. And I thought to myself too, I'm going to do the same thing if I don't do something different. And we were in the right lane, you know, and to the right of us was just the grass, you know. And it wasn't a drop off or anything. Thank goodness it was a place you could actually pull to. And I noticed they were losing traction, and they started sliding, and they slid off the road and got stuck, from what I remember. Well, when I seen that, I got over in the grass intentionally, and completely in the grass, because I knew I'd get traction there better, because you could still see some grass there. You know, the road was pure snow at that point, from what I remember. And I was able to get traction and pull on up through there, and I stopped because that vehicle went off the side of the road. And then all the vehicles coming down the hill were sliding. And so this woman comes down, from what I remember, it was a van or an SUV one. And she slides completely off the opposite side of the road, the side that's opposite of me. She slides completely off, and now it's got somewhat of a drop off, like an embankment at the corner of that side of the road. And so she's sitting sideways on that embankment, just stuck there. And then here comes this young guy a little bit later, and I tried to stop him because I knew whoever was coming down it was going to slide. It was ice. It was during an ice storm from what I remember. So it was really slick. And it's a big, nice, full-size truck. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Chevy maybe, extended cab, full-size, young guy driving. He had a passenger with him. And I knew it was going to be bad news because the road was ice. And so I tried to stop him, but he kept on going. From what I remember, I tried to like say, ho, ho, you know, hold up, put my hand up, and he kept on coming. I guess he thought he was going to make it, and he slides right towards that person that's stuck there and hits them in the side hard, the woman right there in the vehicle. She's still sitting in it. He hits her vehicle hard with her in it and then keeps on going, and he slides off the side of the road and gets stuck. So then there they are, both of them stuck on the side of the road on an embankment. And he's done, I think, taking her mirror off and damaged his truck. And he was, you know, he was throwing a fit about it because he said his dad was going to kill him or something like that. Maybe it was in his dad's name or something. I can't remember what it was, but the woman was okay, and she was by herself. And I asked her if she was okay and stuff, and she got out, and I told her, I said, I would try to get away from that vehicle and come over here, you know, come over here in the grass, get away from that vehicle. Because other cars, I figure, was going to try to keep doing it. And if I'm not mistaken, they did. And maybe one or two of them made it. But it was not smart to sit and try to go down that or up it at that point. That hill was bad. Like lots of people in that short period of time went off the road. I think there was more than I mentioned there even that went off the road. So there's at least 4 cars off the side of the road in that same curve. And finally a cop comes and he stops traffic. I think I called him maybe. I think I called him and told him, hey, look, people are going off the side of the road here. You need to get here and shut this road down. Somebody's going to end up getting hurt really bad or killed. And so they sent a sheriff out there. And the woman, I told her, I said, I would come over here and get away from your vehicle because somebody else slides into it, they can hurt you worse. So she comes over there and stands in the grass, and I think she said her husband was at work, or I can't remember where it was. But when the cop was there, I walked up to him. I said, hey, can you give her a ride to meet her husband? Because she's needing a ride, and it's really cold. It was really cold out at that point. So she gets in the cop car with him, and he ends up taking her wherever she needed to go. And thankfully, where I got over in the grass, that's the only thing that saved me. I got over in the grass, and I had 4-wheel drive, had good tires, and my truck went straight up out of there. So once that woman got out there in the cop car, I got in my truck, put it in 4-wheel drive, and pulled right out of there. And went home on the interstate. Actually, I went and parked at a car wash there. Sat under the car wash because it was so bad I didn't know if I could make it home. Called my mom and talked to her, and she said, you know, what are you going to do, Dylan? You're stuck out there in that. You're a long ways from home. And I said, I'm fine. I got my heater and stuff in here, and I think I can make it home on the interstate. So I got on the interstate and drove very slow on the interstate and was able to make it home. I mean, I was spinning even in 4-wheel drive. It was ice. Lots of people were. It was worse than this time as far as ice went. Like, we got a lot of snow this time, and we got some ice this time. But last time, that was an ice storm. So people were on the side of the road all over the place. Ice is just a whole different story than snow. But I figured I'd share that with you. I've got lots of tales to tell, really, kind of similar to that one. But I figured I'd share that one with you anyways. Thought it might be interesting to some of you. And you got to watch other people too. You know, I was going through a bridge there in Bath County one time, me and my brother, and I had the right of way, and this guy comes in a dually. It's a one-way bridge. And I hit it first, and he comes anyways across, and him and this Amish guy, both of them young guys, and I don't think he was paying attention. I think he was talking to the Amish guy, not paying attention, because at the last minute, I seen him jerk his steering wheel over. I'm guessing he looked up and seen that I was coming, and he jerked his steering wheel over, and by that time, we were both on the bridge, and even after him jerking his steering wheel over, he hit my mirror so hard with his mirror that slapped it up against my Ford. It was an old Ford that I had, and they got out. You know, the Amish guy acted mad. He was a young guy, and their hubcap flew off. He walked and picked the hubcap up, didn't say a word, and got back in the vehicle and went on. But I mean, it was their fault, honestly, because I had the right of way. I was the first one coming to the bridge, and they just came on in a dually. So I've had lots of experiences like that. The other day, somebody hit my mirror on a back road. They would not get over. I got over on the edge, and I was thinking, what are these people doing? And they got so close, their mirror hit my mirror. It didn't hit it hard enough to slap it, but it hit it hard. Ronald had somebody do it to him the other day. They hit his so hard that it busted the glass, and the glass came in his window, because his window was down, I guess, and cut his face. He showed me a picture of it. Cut his face up. So you got to watch other people out there. There's been many times I'm driving and I look up and people's plumb on my side of the road, and they'll jerk it over at the last minute. And when I get to them, I'll kind of throw my hand up like, what are you doing, you know? Come on. You're driving. You got to pay attention. I mean, I'm talking to a phone right now driving, but I'm paying attention to the road. Like this guy here comes around this curve in the middle of the road. So he just did. A guy literally just did. So you got to watch that. You really got to watch that. And you got to watch your own driving as well, of course. But anyways, I'm on back roads right now. They're clear. I'm heading there. I've rambled enough. Let me know if you like these little stories, because I've got quite a few of them. I've had lots of experiences, things going wrong, messes I've got myself into out in this weather and just out in Firewood doing it, getting stuck, you know, blowing trucks up, all kinds of different stuff. I've got different stories, so, and some of y'all may be interested in it. Some of y'all may not. I'll probably tell them anyways, because I enjoy talking sometimes. Even though I'm holding my phone up, when I hold it up, I know that I know the names that come to mind, many of them, so I don't feel like I'm just talking to a phone, honestly. I feel like I'm talking to you all. And so, anyways, I'm heading on now. It shouldn't be too much longer. Looks like I'll be there before too long, so I'll update once I get there. Brought me plumb up on a mountain again. Yeah, I'm up on a mountain. Came up a mountain now, so I'm like on top of it. Hopefully this guy's driveway ain't real bad. I don't want no more close calls or scary deliveries right now, so we'll see. Saying the roads are pretty clear up here, but yeah, coming up it, yeah, that would have been really bad if I had anything on it. I would not. That's the steepest one I've been on yet, probably this year. Coming up the way back there, I didn't record it, but so far these roads are clear, and it's flattened out up here on the mountain. I've got to go back down it, but the road's clear, so I'm just hoping this guy's driveway is fine. I'll show you though. I'll turn the camera around and show you where I pull in at. Jones Road. And then in 0.2 miles I'll be turning, and this is pretty much a one-lane road, as you see. I mean, you could probably get to, but you'd have to get over. I'm almost there though. It's saying in 0.1 miles I'm going to turn right onto Oak Ridge Road. So these GPS really come in handy. That's why I was trying to teach Ronald how to use it, because he's not real familiar with it, but I helped him get that Google Maps set up on his thing and tried to show him how to use it. That way whenever I've got some extra ones and he wants to do them, and if I can't, then he can put them in his GPS and deliver them. All right, here's Oak Ridge Road, right here. I see smoke over here to the right, so it could be them. Now, no, it's not them. I've got 0.4 miles to go still, so I'll update when I get there. All right, here we are. All right, just got it done. Heading out now. Thank goodness these roads are clear, because I would not want to go down this mountain up here. I don't know if I would with it the way it is. The side of a mountain over there if you go down, and here's the driveway. I mean, if you happen to start sliding, it's a good ways over there, but if you was to go, you're gone. I ain't a big mountain person myself. We've got some little mountains here in Kentucky. I like my little fields and prairies and creeks and streams. And got it done a little bit ago, but this is where my dad lives, and I'm gonna go stop and check on him. I got my finger good with the piece of oak. I smashed it in between two pieces. It's already turning black, the nail. So I see where people like gloves for sure when they're handling wood. I just ain't a big fan of gloves. But anyways, I'm heading out of here. I would not want to come up that mountain. I would not want to go down that mountain up here. I probably wouldn't. I'd try to find another way down or something, because it's pretty steep. But it's clear and everything now. But if it had any snow on it like yesterday, that road I went on, I would not want to go. I'd take off. I'd take off for sure. I mean, my truck would take off. Anyways, got that one done. So if they need any more, they give me a call. I always try to make it a point to let them know, hey, if you need any more this year, just let me know, because I sell it all year. But anyways, I'm gonna go stop and check on Dad real quick and then head home. She wants those super kitties.
Dad, I want super kitty.
Okay.
Dad, I want Betsy.
Okay, Bitsy.